All right, YouTube, we back. It's your boy Zulu Gutter. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's go viral, baby. Spread the word. So, let's cook, man. It's time to cook, man. It's time to get serious in these YouTube streets, man. This message is getting ready to start cutting like a sword. It's already cutting like a sword. We are talking about the downfall of the BW, man hate mentality, and the path of chasing good D. The two most overall key factors in the disconnect between the BW and the BM. You can talk about other things, but nothing ranks high like them two. I did a stream earlier today where I talked about how the BW is worse than a white supremacist toward the black man. That coincides with the man hate mentality. You can even call it love hate. They hate you and disdain you so much, but yet they need to sleep with you and they need to take from you. They need to take resources from you and your energy. It's very confusing that you talk so lowly of us, but yet you won't leave us alone. Don't let me get started about the D when you still got to go and get the D. A lot of truths are not being told. One of the most horrific truths is the man hate syndrome. It has run amok in this society. The man hate, the attack on masculinity, the man hate, the attack on heterosexuality, the unfair attack on patriarchy. The man hate syndrome is just beyond overload. So much stuff you see as far as clips of young girls up to older women, just very standoffish, aggressive, indifferent, disrespectful, saying the most outlandish, sexist, unfair, unequal things about men. In a lot of these videos, you have dudes laughing along with them, laughing about it. So the average female you meet, you have to question, does she have any women versus men beliefs? And most of them do. Just like the police, they have a code of silence. They have a secret language. It's funny because along with that, black women are the laughing stock of the world, yet they participate in this code of silence, a secret language with other women of other races. So as long as it, in that particular instant, it benefits the women as a whole, as a group, and you may be picked as a BW when the benefit comes around at your turn. But for the most part, the majority of those women of the other races, they still have a stronghold with their man that you don't possess with yours. You gave yours up, you sacrificed yours at the expense of womanhood for all. Yet in secret or in privacy and within their nationality, their race, their culture and tradition, they still keep the significance on a higher level than you do with their men. And it's in plain sight and it's obvious. And I don't, you know, let me start with the SBE because I'm starting to dwell at SBE. I need to stay cooking. So I'm gonna stay cooking. Ask these YouTubers, these big YouTubers, these big content creators, these founders of the manosphere. Ask them about the man hate syndrome. Has somebody really been explaining that? I see it every day. I peep game. I'm telling y'all, women at my job don't fuck with me. I'm all business. I'm all about my paper at work. Ladies at my job know, don't come to me talking about no personal shit. Don't flirt with me. Don't get in my business. You know, it's customer service and business as usual every fucking day. I don't laugh and I don't play with them. I've seen them do too much at work. I've seen them sleep with coworkers, two or three coworkers. I've seen the soap opera shit going on with the mix up of the sleeping around at work. I've seen the gossip. I've seen the exchange of favors, especially when there's numbers and and money involved between women at work in secret, what they thought was in secret, but what I witnessed and seen. That's on top of I don't know who came up with the idea of letting women control HR in all these establishments. Then you got these guys that are at the job that are married that are so infamous and emasculated and submissive to their wives when they get phone calls, when they're approached a certain way by certain women in certain departments. I'm not approached like that. And I don't go through all that. This is what you're dealing with. But enough of that, man. Let's address the D. You got the BW on the path of chasing good D. And they chase that good D and they get that good D for however long it lasts. The good D wear off. The good D wear off because they get bored and they get used to it. So eventually it doesn't become good D anymore. They don't know how to be content. So what do? They monkey branch. Go chase more good D. Go find more good D. And they act like they'll stay and they act like it's what they're looking for. But eventually the good D fades. And then there could be other reasons too. Like, if other resources aren't available, other necessities, other things of importance, then that could be a factor. But for the most part, that governing authority is the discovery of good deed, the discovery and experience of good deed. That is their path. Now, you really got to look at it. Really got to look at it because I put good D on women and they jump through hoops. Most of the time, I didn't stick around long. But when you talk about relationships and how they're good in the beginning, and then things become stale and become boring. See, you can start out with good D, But I'm telling you, especially if they're not virgins, if they had uh, any kind of sexual history, I can't determine the measurement of the sexual history that matters the most. From a low body count to a moderate body count to a high body count. Uh, I don't want to try to differentiate. A lot of guys will say low body count probably, would yield a less likelihood of chasing good D, but I don't think that. I really don't, because low body counts eventually go from medium to high based upon time. So I don't think that. And the way that these young girls are now, you can't catch them early. You can't catch them with low body counts. These young girls are exposed to far way more than what you were at their age. I mean, people can make their own prawn, go live, OnlyFans, just by having a phone and a stand and some lights. So the days of considering molding a young one, that's gone. They are on the path to good deed. Uh, who done a video the other day, a clip? I want to say, let it come to me. Uh, Might have been Ringo. Yeah, I think it was Ringo when he done the the video about the lady saying the price of pee is going up due to Roe versus Wade, and she was talking about not being able to abort a baby from bad D, and D wasn't even good, and she's specifying good D from bad D. This was a young woman. Fellas, just play close attention. If you ever come across a conversation, whether it be in person or you see it on your feeds from your social media and your news and stuff like that about D. And I don't care what the profile of the woman is, from hood to the corporate ladder, uh, to the church, to the college campus, just about your everyday regular working chick in retail. That D is holy grail, baby. I'm trying to tell you. They love to talk about the discovery of some good D until it fades, and they have to go search for more. This is your boy Zulu Go. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, man. Y'all get it. Get this information, man. Stop playing with these other dudes. Zulu Gullah, man. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. We may come back through later.